Let me ask you something. What if I told you that the life you're dreaming of, the love, the freedom, the success, the abundance is already yours? Not someday, not when the stars align. No, but here's the catch. You don't get it by wishing harder. You don't manifest by begging the universe with hope in your heart and fear in your gut. You get it by believing with unshakable certainty that it's already done, that it's already yours, that it's already real. See, most people live life like beggars, pleading for scraps of success, waiting for permission to rise, doubting their worth, and wondering why their vision hasn't shown up yet. But what if I told you, the only thing standing between where you are and everything you want is your level of certainty. Certainty is the bridge. And manifestation isn't magic, it's alignment. It's becoming the version of you who already lives the life you want. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Not with fluff, not with hype, but with truth, identity, and action. So if you've ever felt like you were meant for more, but something kept blocking it, if you're tired of wishing, hoping, and waiting, and you're ready to claim the life that belongs to you, then stay with me. Because by the end of this talk, you won't just believe it's possible, you'll know it's already yours. And to begin, you don't manifest from what you want. You manifest from who you are. That's the truth most people never hear. See, when you're trying to create a new result in your life, whether it's more money, a thriving relationship, a healthier body, or a sense of peace, you can't just chase the outcome. You've got to shift your identity. Because results don't come to the person who wants success. They come to the person who is success, who embodies it. And that's a whole different game. Let me break this down. When you say, I want to be wealthy, that desire is coming from lack. It's rooted in the identity of someone who doesn't yet believe they are. But when you start showing up, thinking, feeling, and acting like someone who already is, you change your frequency, you change your decisions, you change your standard, and the world begins to respond differently to you. Most people try to do their way into a new life. But manifestation starts with being. You got to ask yourself, who would I be if I already had the thing I desire? How would I think? How would I carry myself? What decisions would I make today if the outcome was already guaranteed? And then you live from that place every single day. Because here's the truth. Your current reality is a reflection of your current identity, not your goals, not your intentions, but the identity you're operating from at the deepest level. If your subconscious still believes you're broke, unworthy, not good enough, not ready, you'll sabotage the very things you're trying to manifest. You'll block it without even knowing it. You'll hesitate, procrastinate, shrink back, and then call it fate. But when you shift your identity, everything changes. That's when you become a magnet, not because you're forcing it, but because you're aligned. You stop chasing and you start attracting. Because now your thoughts, your feelings, your language, your posture, it all says, it's already mine. You're not asking if it will happen. You're living like it already has. That's the difference between wishing and manifesting with certainty. So many people ask, what do I need to do to manifest? But the real question is, who do I need to become to receive what I've already claimed? Because the version of you that has the life you want is not waiting around for proof. They're not negotiating with fear. They're moving forward with full conviction because it's already done in their mind. When you get this, you stop playing small. You stop seeking permission, you stop doubting the timing, and you start creating from a place of power, not lack. You start walking through life with the energy of someone who knows the result is inevitable, and that's when reality bends. Because manifestation doesn't respond to desperation, it responds to identity. It responds to who you are. Uncertainty isn't something you wait for, it's something you create. That's where most people go wrong. They wait to feel confident before they take action. They wait to feel ready, to have more proof, more signs, more validation. But manifestation doesn't work that way. Life doesn't give you certainty first, and then rewards you. Life rewards those who generate certainty before the evidence ever shows up. Think about it. How often have you held yourself back because you didn't feel ready? You had the idea, you had the desire, but you let doubt creep in. You questioned your timing. You wondered if you were good enough, if it would work, if people would support you. That hesitation, that's what blocks the manifestation, not the lack of resources, not the lack of talent, the lack of certainty. Because certainty is a state. It's not a feeling that lands on you when the stars align. It's a decision you make over and over again. You train yourself to live in that state even when nothing in your external world is showing you proof. Especially then, people ask, but how do I believe something that hasn't happened yet? You decide to. You don't wait to see it to believe it. You believe it so you can see it. Certainty is the emotional signature of someone who already knows the result is done. When you step into that space, your energy shifts, your focus sharpens, your actions become bolder, and your outcomes begin to match that level of belief. And let me be clear, this isn't about faking it. This is about activating something inside of you that's already there. You're not pretending, you're remembering. You're stepping into a deeper truth that says, I was made for this. You anchor yourself in that truth, and you start acting like someone who doesn't need guarantees because they are the guarantee. You can't manifest with uncertainty running in the background. Doubt is like static on a radio station. You might be tuned into the right frequency, but the message gets distorted. The universe doesn't respond to mixed signals. It responds to clarity, to conviction. To someone who's not just interested, they're committed. Someone who isn't asking if it will happen, they're showing up like it already has. You've got to shift from hope to knowing, from maybe to must, from I'll try to it's done. That's the difference maker. And once you lock into that state, you move different, you speak different, you think different, people around you feel it. You stop negotiating with fear, you stop playing small, and you start attracting the kind of opportunities, people, and outcomes that match that inner certainty. You're not waiting for confidence, you're creating it. Right here, right now. The power of your mind is incredible. Sometimes it's the very tool that builds your future or the very thing that keeps it out of reach. One of the most powerful ways to harness that power is through visualization. When you see the life you want, feel it deep in your body, experience it in your mind as if it's already real, you're doing more than just daydreaming. You're programming your brain to believe it's already happened. Here's why this works. Your brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's vividly imagined. When you visualize an outcome with clarity and emotion, your nervous system responds as if you're actually living it. Your heart rate changes, your breathing patterns shift, your muscles respond. Response, all of these physiological signals tell your body and mind that this reality is possible, even present. This creates a powerful feedback loop that rewires your subconscious, aligning it with the vision you're holding. But the key is emotion. You can't just see a picture in your head like a flat photo or a vague idea. You have to feel it. Feel the excitement, the relief, the joy, the pride, the exact emotions you would experience if you already had what you're going for. Your emotions are the language of your subconscious. They carry the signal to your brain that this vision is real and worth pursuing. When you add feeling to your visualization, you turn a thought into an experience. Most people stop short here. They might imagine themselves successful or happy, but they don't fully immerse in that emotional experience. It's like dipping your toes in the water instead of diving in. When you dive in, you create certainty, you create belief. Your brain starts aligning your actions and habits to match the reality you're feeling, even if the outside world hasn't changed yet. This is why athletes visualize winning before the race, why performers rehearse success in their minds, and why top entrepreneurs see their breakthroughs before they happen. They're not being unrealistic. They're programming themselves for success. They're training their nervous system to respond as if the victory is inevitable. When you do this consistently, something powerful happens. Your mind begins to anticipate the future you've created in your imagination. It starts to search for opportunities. It begins to recognize solutions. And it pushes you toward actions that support the vision. This is how the law of attraction truly kicks in. Not as some mystical force, but as a natural byproduct of your mind-body system aligning with your goal. So don't just dream, see it clearly. Feel it deeply. Live it in your mind so completely that your body believes it's already yours. Because when your brain and your heart are convinced, your life will follow. Your words have power, more power than most people realize. The way you speak to yourself and others creates your reality. If you want to manifest with certainty, you must start speaking as if your desires are already your reality. Not someday, not maybe, but now. Language shapes your beliefs, and beliefs shape your destiny. When you say, I will have that someday, you're planting seeds of doubt. But when you say, I am already living that life, you're planting seeds of certainty. Your brain listens to your words and creates a blueprint for your actions based on them. But it's not just about what you say, it's about how you say it. Your physiology, your posture, your movements, they all send signals to your brain and to the people around you. When you walk into a room like someone who owns their success, your body tells a story that your words might not. When you stand tall, shoulders back, chest open, and move with purpose, you embody the energy of someone who has already achieved their goal. This congruence between your words and your body creates a powerful message that reinforces your belief system. If you want to manifest your dreams, you have to align your language and your physiology. Speak with confidence, even if you don't fully feel it yet. Use words that affirm your success, your worth, and your power. Replace I hope with I am. Replace I wish with I choose. Replace maybe someday with right now. This shift in language rewires your brain and rewrites your story. Action is the bridge between belief and reality, but how you act matters just as much as whether you act. When you act as if your manifestation is already here, you send a powerful signal to your subconscious and to the universe. This doesn't mean pretending or faking. It means stepping fully into the energy and habits of the person who already has what you want. If you want to be healthy, you move your body like someone who feels strong and vibrant. If you want to be financially free, you make decisions and take steps consistent with abundance and responsibility. If you want meaningful relationships, you show up as someone who is open, loving, and worthy of connection. These small, consistent choices compound. They build momentum. They shift your internal state and create external results. When your language, your emotions, and your physiology are in harmony, you create a magnetic field of certainty that pulls your desires toward you. The world responds to congruence, not confusion. If your words say one thing, but your body and emotions say another, you send mixed signals that dilute your manifestation power. To manifest with certainty, you have to live in alignment, mind, body, and soul. Start today, speak as if it's already yours, move as if it's already yours, live as if it's already yours. Because the universe doesn't negotiate with uncertainty. It responds to unwavering belief. Doubt is one of the biggest killers of dreams. You can want something with all your heart, but if inside you're uncertain, if your thoughts, feelings, and actions aren't aligned, that desire won't move forward. Manifestation isn't just about thinking positive or repeating affirmations. It's about total alignment, head, heart, and habits moving in the same direction with unstoppable force. You might be saying, I believe this will happen, but if deep down you feel unsure or fearful, that inner conflict creates resistance. Your conscious mind says yes, but your subconscious mind says no. That's like stepping on the gas and the brake at the same time. Your energy gets stuck. Your results get stuck. your manifestation gets blocked. To move forward with certainty, you have to clear the internal conflict. That means getting honest about what you truly believe and how you really feel. You have to identify the doubts, the limiting beliefs, and the fears that are holding you back. Maybe you believe you're not worthy of the success you want. Maybe you're afraid of failure or afraid of what others will think. Maybe you have old stories about money, love, or your abilities that don't serve you anymore. Once you bring those limiting beliefs into the light, you can start to challenge them. Ask yourself, are these beliefs really true? Where did they come from? Are they helping me or hurting me? This is where true transformation begins. Because when you expose those internal conflicts, you can choose new beliefs that support your vision. But belief alone isn't enough. You have to feel it in your heart. You have to connect emotionally with your vision so that it excites you, motivates you, and drives you forward. Your emotions are the fuel of manifestation. If your heart isn't in it, your mind will create resistance. You have to feel worthy, feel deserving, and feel confident, even on days when doubt tries to sneak in. And then there are your habits. Your daily actions are the ultimate proof of what you believe. You might say you want to manifest abundance, but if your habits keep you stuck in scarcity thinking, worrying over every dollar, avoiding risks, procrastinating, you're sending mixed signals. Your habits have to align with your vision. They have to support it, reinforce it, and push you toward it. This is why many people talk about manifesting but never see results. They have scattered thoughts, conflicted feelings, and inconsistent actions. You can't manifest a new reality with half your being. You have to be all in, head, heart, and habits in perfect harmony. When you get into that alignment, something shifts. You stop resisting your desires and start embracing them fully. You stop doubting and start trusting. You stop hesitating and start moving with purpose. Your energy flows, your confidence grows, and your results show up. Internal congruence is the secret sauce of manifestation. When your mind, heart, and habits are aligned, you create a powerful magnetic force that pulls your vision into your life. Get aligned, get clear, and watch how your world begins to change. One of the biggest traps people fall into when trying to manifest their dreams is getting stuck on the how. They get obsessed with every single detail, every step, every little thing that needs to happen before they can finally see the result. They try to control the process so tightly that they drain their energy and suffocate the flow of manifestation. But here's the truth. Your job is not to figure out the how. Your job is to know the what and the why and to take bold, aligned action toward it. The how will show up when you're ready. When you truly believe that what you want is already yours, you release the desperate need to control every little outcome. You stop micromanaging the process and start trusting that the universe, life, or whatever you call that bigger force will handle the details. This doesn't mean you become passive or complacent. It means you become focused and patient. You take inspired action with confidence, knowing that the path will reveal itself. Trying to control the how is exhausting and ultimately futile because life is dynamic. It doesn't follow a linear plan. Opportunities show up unexpectedly. People come into your life in surprising ways, and solutions emerge when you least expect them. If you're holding on too tightly to one way of making it happen, you blind yourself to these possibilities. You close doors before they even open. But when you let go of the need to know the how, you open yourself up to creativity, flow, and synchronicity. You start seeing signs and connections that guide you. You become more flexible, more adaptive. And that's when manifestation becomes effortless. Trust is the missing ingredient. Trust in yourself, trust in your vision, and trust in the process. When you operate from a place of trust, you carry less resistance. You carry less fear. You carry more peace and confidence. And that peace creates space for your manifestation to grow. Just remember, desperation repels what you want. Confidence attracts it. When you're desperate, you send out a vibration of lack. When you're confident, you send out a vibration of abundance. The universe responds not to neediness, but to certainty. It responds to the energy of someone who is aligned, grounded, and ready to receive. So focus on your vision, own your why, take action like the result is inevitable, and then surrender the outcome, let go of the how, and trust that it will show up in perfect timing. This is the art of manifestation with certainty. Your role is to be clear, committed, and courageous. The rest will follow. Trust the process and watch your dreams unfold.